Hello everybody, back here again for our vlog a day, and today is Monday the 20th, and today was a lovely, beautiful day to be alive. Got up this morning a little later than normal for me, but I was up insanely late last night, so getting back in from Halloween Horror Nights and that, I got to bed crazy late, so got up and around. Wife got off to work. She got to work a little bit late, which was earlier than she planned on going in, but she got to work because she was planning on sleeping in longer than she did, but she was awake, so she went ahead and went in. So I got up and around though, looked at my little sleep tracker, so I track my sleep all the time, and I had 2 hours and 14 minutes of sleep. So definitely not the best for rest, but it is what it is. So yeah, got up and got out, jumped in the hot tub for a little bit, and I had an appointment today. I was either meeting my electrician or my installation guy. I couldn't remember who it was, but they were going to be here at 9 a.m. So I had everything ready to go by then. So, but I was out of the hot tub by then, got dressed, and had the guy reach out, and he said he was basically running a little bit behind, so he was coming, but not a big deal. It's all good. So hung around the house, got a couple things done, and while I was waiting for him, I was just hungry. Like, I don't usually get hungry too often, but I skip dinner and stuff often also. So it's one of those things that I was like, I'm hungry. There was leftover Sloppy Joe mix that was not that sloppy because my wife only used the 1 can with 2 pounds of hamburger. So went ahead and said to heck with it. So ended up mixing it up with some leftover rice we had and doctored up with some spicy barbecue sauce and a few other little things, and had myself a wonderful meal. So that rocked out that, and then the guy said he was here, so I went out and met with him, and we went over the garage and kind of what we want where and how we're doing it, and the difference between closed cell and open cell, and getting all the spray foam insulation laid out of what's the best way to go. So we chatted and talked about a lot of different things, just kind of BSing as well. So he said he'd get a hold of his crew guys that are doing the spraying and let me know when they get there. He thought it'd be by the end of the week was the goal. So I was like, great, sounds good. So went ahead from there. I was like, that's cool. He does a lot of the buildings like this, so they know what they're doing. And he talked about they're going to come through and like silicone some of the edges and kind of block them off, and different little things that other people I talked to that were doing the spray foaming did not seem to have the interest in doing that at all. We also talked about putting up some kind of wall covering, so we're going to have to shave it down so it fits on the sides and stuff, and that's all good. He said they'll bring the saws. He said usually they don't have the 4-foot centers, and I'm like, well, these are 5 foot. He goes, yeah. He goes, but the way it's set up, we use like a handsaw thing to cut it down, so we're good. But got that all done, and then he left, so waiting to hear from him. Didn't hear from him all day, so figure I'll hear from him tomorrow, hopefully, and then we'll set up a date to come look at it. And tomorrow I'll meet my electrician also. So since I'm at the installation guy today, I knew I'd be meeting the electrician tomorrow, so it's all perfectly fine. So got done with that, chilling at the house, kind of being a little bit on the lazy side. Didn't have a lot going on. Like I said, I was pretty exhausted and pretty tired, but got some yard work done, got a little housework done, kind of general stuff like that kind of comes with the day. And full belly makes me less likely to want to do anything right away there, because normally I eat dinner and I'm kind of down for the evening, so kind of had that as well. So but yeah, got that all taken care of. It's all good to go, and just hanging around for that. Wife got off work and she got home. We chatted a little bit, and then actually I went for my run while she was still at work, but went and got my run in, got back from my run. She got home from work, and then talked about going out and getting me a different phone. So I've been wanting a different phone, and mine's been acting up and whatnot. So I was like, yeah, let's go ahead and get that taken care of. So went ahead and went over and got it. And everybody I talked to made it sound like, including the guy at Verizon, everybody at Best Buy talked like, because going from manual, actual physical SIM card to the e-card, that I have to have them hook it up. And I get to the store and he's like, no, we don't have to hook it up. He goes, basically if we set it up, it's like $60 more and you can do it yourself. I'm like, okay, well, why couldn't I just buy the phone at Best Buy then? But whatever. So in the process of talking about, if I agree to stay with them for 3 more years, then they'll give me $600 off the price of the phone, making the phone like $10. So I'm like, yeah, let's go ahead and do that. And then worst case scenario, if I want out of Verizon, I'll just pay them off at that point, prorate it out to whatever's left. So because I would have paid for the phone out of my pocket right now if I was buying it with cash, so it really doesn't matter. The gentleman that was helping us was a friend of my wife's son way back in high school area, so talked about that and different things, and caught up on his life and where he's at now. And he told her she had a 11-year-old daughter,
and it made my wife feel old. And none of her children had children, so she didn't have those milestones of my baby's having babies. None of that stuff really ever hit on her time frame, which is funny because I never had kids at all on my own, so I never had those time frames well. Like your kids finally walking, your kids talking, your kids driving, your kids getting married and having kids. So it really hit her that how old she was. It's like, shit, I guess I am playing old enough to have a 10, 11-year-old grandchild myself. So we kind of had that little realization. But he also informed her that she had an extra phone coming if she wanted it. And then she thought, well, I want it. Well, he told us that Saturday, but you didn't want the phone Saturday, and you haven't wanted a phone until now, and we didn't research what phone makes more sense for you. And he's like, well, you just get the phone and you put it in the closet and use it as a spare with some breaks because this offer might not be available then. I'm like, yes, but let's say 2 months from now, a different phone comes out that you want a different style phone and you want a different one, then you don't have the credit at all, and you have a phone in the closet that you don't want that we still got to pay $600 for. Like, we're still stuck with it, and assuming we keep the contract, fine, but we can't get the deal on the next phone. And she's like, oh, it makes sense. So I said, if you want the phone, go home, research it, see if you like my phone, use it for a while, whatever, and whatnot. See if you like the changes, the new updates, no home button, all that kind of junk. And I said, truthfully, just take this phone and I'll take your old SE, which is what I really wanted to have, with her SE, and then we won't have to worry about it. We can just swap the phones over, say, opposite phone, and just go from there. So, but she decided against getting a phone, which I think made more sense. I definitely did not want to put a $600 phone in the closet and then hope she breaks her phone or her phone dies before we need it, because then it's that much older again. And they always seem to have an offer for it that's available. Might not be that exact offer, but it's an offer because we're out of contract and we just keep paying our bill every month. So they're always wanting to keep us around. So we went ahead and grabbed our phone and headed back home. I went and hooked it all up and did the whole swap, basically digital swap. It was easy as hell, but it took a little while, and in the process of setting it up, the phone asked me to do updates and stuff too. So I'm like, that's fine, get the new update, no big deal. Well, in the process of an update, it stopped the transfer. So, which I didn't realize. I didn't say you have to have the one completed before the other, and it took long to swap, then it did the update. So the update reset the phone. So I just started the whole update all over again. So ended up taking longer than it should have, but got it all figured out, got it working, which was funny because I walked to the store, I have an iPhone in a box that's not even opened yet, that's my new number. So my actual phone on my hand on the way home was dead. Like, it was only used for Wi-Fi. There was no cell signal on it because they transferred it to the new phone, even though I hadn't turned it on yet. So, but got it home, got it turned on, and even while I was doing the whole setup, my phone rang. It was scam, telemarketing bullshit, trying to give me business loans and all this junk, garbage crap that I didn't want to mess with. So, but I was like, oh, that sucks. But got it all done, finally got that taken care of, and I got a phone and put my case in it. And the case, when I ordered it, everything says like the front screen protector and whatnot, and it's like a fully enclosed case. It's not waterproof, dust proof, all that kind of junk, and impact resistant. So that's what I ordered. And then apparently I've changed the design, and now they don't come with a front cover. Like, you gotta buy the cover separately on a separate piece of glass, which means it's technically not waterproof anymore, and there's not even like a door cover on the bottom where the charging is and stuff. So if I drop it in the hot tub, it's in there, which I know the new phones are I think they're 68 rated, so they're good for being in the water, but you still have to then dry it out. You gotta basically wait for dry before you charge it, or get damage and so on and so forth, and don't want to mess with it. So I'm stuck with this case for now. Went ahead, did a bunch of research, ordered a different case, and got it coming. So we'll see. The one I always liked was the LifeProof case, which they don't make for the 16E. They make it for the 16 and a bunch of other phones, but not the 16E, which is the one I have. So apparently nobody wants that. It's such an unpopular phone. It's a cheap base model, cheapest phone they have. So they stopped making that case for it. Although that's my favorite case, and that's what I've had on, I think, every one of my iPhones. Going all the way back to the original iPhone I had, it's always had a LifeProof case on it, and now they don't even make it, so I can't get the iPhone case, or the LifeProof case. So, and OtterBox now owns the trademark, and they didn't used to, but they do now, and they don't make it for my phone. So, I had to order a different one. It's actually ironically cheaper than the one I have, but it says 100% protection, cover the screen, because I'm pretty rough on my phones, and I just don't want to mess with them. I'm always out running in the rain and stuff, and then once I get my shop going, I'm gonna be there working on like my old Suburban and shit. I don't want to worry about the screen. I don't worry about having grease on my hands and brake dust and all that crap in the ports and stuff. I want
everything's sealed up and closed for fine dust especially. I don't want to have my charging port not work because it's full of sand or whatever from the beach. So definitely want a full case. So yeah, got that coming. Hopefully it's supposed to be here Thursday, so it is what it is. I'll get that on there. And for now, I just gotta be super careful with this phone because it's an unprotected front, which again isn't that big a deal, but one more chance to scratch some shit up and all that good stuff until I get the real case on it. So, and I usually end up going through about one case a year. I'll beat it up enough within a year that I have to replace the case, which is, I think the life proof, you're like $80. I mean, they're not free, but which is funny because the phone, last SE I bought was only $200 for the phone, and paying $80 for a case to put it in. But it's a lot better case, and it gives me a better grip, and I can chuck it around, not worry about damaging it. I don't have to worry about falling off the motorcycle and dropping it and stuff. Don't matter to me. It's still there. So yeah, I got that done, and then finished up my cigar I had outside while I was setting it all up. Just enjoyed myself. Beautiful evening watching YouTube. Headed back in, and we watched a little bit of Frasier together. We chatted a little bit, and then wrapped it up and called it a night. So that's all I got for now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.